welcome to our evening restore and de-stress class today. So this one, it doesn't necessarily have to be done in the evening, it can be done anytime, just to find that time for yourself to come back, de-stress a little bit, unwind the body and just give yourself a little bit of nourishment. So today we will need, or I have got with me a blanket, so you can grab a blanket or a pillow just so you're comfortable, but it's not necessarily, it's just an option. If you have it there, pause the video now and just quickly go grab a blanket or a pillow, just to comfort yourself a little bit. Alright, so we're going to start laying down onto the backs. So just lay down, stretch out, both arms by the side, palms facing up, feet just flopped out to the side. We just draw our awareness to the breath. We forget about anything that's happened during our day, any stresses that are on the mind and maybe taking over in the mind. We choose to let them go for the next few minutes as we focus our awareness to the breath. Nowhere else to be but here with yourself, filling up your own cup. We're going to hug the knees into the chest now, give ourselves a nice hug and just gently start circling the knees in one direction, massaging that lower back into the mat, pulling the knees as close as you can towards the chest. And staying present and connected to the breath as we do this. And then changing directions, circling the knees the other way. Noticing any noises that you're hearing. Maybe kids, cars, rain, wind, whatever it is, just notice it and just come back to your breath. It's what our practice of yoga kind of helps us with in life, is noticing the distractions around us, the noises, all the sensations, and still choosing just to be present with our breath, not holding on to anything, not judging anything as good or bad, only noticing what is right now. Give yourself an extra hug, stopping the circles now. From here, I want you to grab onto both knees with your left hands, with your hands. So I've got my left hand onto my right shin, and then my right hand's going to come out to the side. So my hand's in line with my shoulder blades, squeeze the knees to the chest, and then try and drop the knees to the left side, trying to keep the knees as high as you can in towards the armpit, and then just let the knees drop over to the side. And then just gently look towards the extended arm. Take a few deep breaths here. Closing down the eyes if that feels nice for you. And feeling that nice gentle spinal twist to restore the spine. Letting go of any tension in the body, just noticing if you're holding on to tension in the shoulders or the neck or the jaw, just release the tension, letting your jaw free, relaxing the tongue off the roof of the mouth, letting the eyes just roll back into the eye sockets, just letting the breath flow nice and naturally. Then bring the knees back to center, hugging both knees in again. And then we grab both the shins, right hand onto the left shin, left hand out to the side extended long, pull the knees into the chest, and then just gently guide your knees down to the floor, pulling your knees towards your right armpit now, And then when you get as far as you can with the twist, just let everything go and then gently look towards the extended arm. Feeling that nourishing spinal twist, softening through the shoulders and the face. Grounding down into the earth, just feeling really supported here. Nowhere else to be but here with yourself, nourishing and healing your body. Regulating yourself. Sometimes the outside world can be so busy, so hectic, stressful with job, work, kids and relationships. And sometimes all we do need is just to have a few moments to ourselves, to breathe, to regulate our nervous system, to feel safe within our body again, so that we can step back out into that busy world as better humans, as better people, as we have taken that time to ourselves to fill our cup. That's what I always say, like to fill up your own cup so that your cup is full and you can just pour out all the energy to other people without being overwhelmed. When your cup's empty, it's harder to give because you haven't had the time to find what your needs are. And a lot of the time people say, Mel, I don't have the time to, do yoga, to do these practices, but just a few minutes, 5 minutes, a 10-minute meditation can make all the difference in your life. So if you can't give yourself 10 minutes of time to reset yourself, then you need to really reevaluate your life and your presence. Let's bring those knees back to center. Nice big squeeze in. Nice big inhale, and then a releasing breath. We'll open the mouth and sigh it out. Nice, and then we'll gently sit up. From here, extend both legs out in front, sitting up nice and tall through the spine. From here, right knee is going to cross over the left, and we're going to find knee-to-knee position. From here, sitting up nice and tall, we're going to take cow face arms. So we're going to take the left arm, reach it up to the sky, and drop the hand down. See if we can take our hands together at the back. If this is too much for you, you can just take the left arm down and hold onto the right elbow at the back, and you're going to get a nice little stretch here. From here, a nice big inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then folding forward and down towards the knee. We're just going to hold here for a few breaths. Gently coming up and gently releasing the hands. We'll go for a twist. So we're going to twist towards the front leg. So lengthen through the spine as you inhale. Exhale, twist through the body. Right hand comes behind. Left hand goes on the outside edge of that knee. We'll just gently push against the leg and go for that little twist. And we hold for about 4 breaths. Coming back to center, and then we're going to go for a side stretch. So take the left hand down just outside of the foot and the hip, and we'll reach up and over, giving yourself a beautiful stretch to the side. Once again, just holding it here for about 4 to 5 breaths. Gaze can be down, just relaxing the eyes. Then we come to the other side. So crossing the left knee over the right, sitting up nice and tall, and then we can lift the right hand up, finding those cow face arms, so interlacing the fingers behind the back, or maybe just holding onto the fingertips. If this is too much for you, once again you can release the top arm and just grab onto that left elbow at the back. Nice big inhale, lengthen through the spine, and your exhale, you fold forward towards the extended leg, and we just hold here for a few breaths. Always allowing yourself to close down the eyes when you need to. Help us really dive in deep to the inner realm, to find the breath, to find the stillness, to notice what's going on. And use the breath as that anchor point. Whenever the mind wanders away, your to-do list, what you needs to get done, all the things that you might be worrying about, we just use the breath to anchor ourselves back down, to say, no, we're not going to dwell in these thoughts at the moment. We are going to focus on the present moment, on our breath, on taking care of ourselves for this moment in time. Making that promise to yourself that you will do this more often, that you will find time to come to your mat, even if it's just for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you can allow for yourself for the day. Gently sitting up. Nice work. Gently release the arms, and then we'll go for that twist. So inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then twist towards the left side. Left hand comes behind the back, and then right arm just goes against that knee to push yourself into a nice little twist. Soften down the eyes, the jaw, face, shoulders. Breath lengthens through the spine. And you just enjoy this nice nourishing twist through the back body. Returning to center, and then that side stretch, so right hand comes down near the left foot. We reach up and over around the side and lean towards the right side, trying to keep both sit bones down onto the floor. Gaze can be down, softening through the eyes. Just being really gentle with ourselves. De-stressing, breathing, softening and relaxing with each breath. And gently coming back. Now I'd like you to grab onto that blanket or pillow, and we're going to do a head to knee pose. So we'll pull the left foot into the groin, just wherever it feels nice for you. Place that pillow onto the leg, wherever it needs to be for you, so you can play around with it. It can be onto the shin, and you can place your forehead on. It can be a bit higher up onto the belly. So just see where you want to be. And for me, it's with the blanket onto my shin, and I'll just rest my forehead onto the pillow. And then we're just going to hold this pose for a couple of minutes, getting that nice stretch through the back body. Allowing ourselves peace and stillness here. I'll leave you here, and I'll just let you know when it's time to come out of the pose. Nice, we'll gently come up now and then we'll change sides straight away. So just extending that left foot and then bringing the right heel into the groin. Sitting up nice and tall onto those sit bones, and then just find where you want that pillow to be on the other side. Nice big inhale as you lengthen through the spine, and then your exhale softens you down. And the pose might feel a little bit different on the other side, so it's okay if your pose is a little bit different and the pillow's in a different spot. That's fine. Just really finding a comfortable stretch. Once you find where you want to be, just do your best to relax and stay still here, only flowing with your breath, and softening and releasing any other tension through the body, hips, lower back, shoulders, hands. If you're holding tension, the feet, just relax, the ankles. Just doing a body scan and seeing where it is you're still holding on to tension, just trying to relax deeper and deeper with each breath. We'll gently come out of this stretch now. So just come up nice and slowly, and then we will finish with our final pose, which will be legs up the wall. So we want you to grab that blanket and put it up against your wall. Just going to be a nice support for that lower back. And then you want to sit onto that blanket onto the side, and then just gently lift the legs up against the wall. And then once again, just make any adjustments that you need to make, maybe making it a little bit higher or lower with the blanket. And just finding a nice, comfortable resting position. And once you've found it, you can have your hands onto the body, maybe one at the heart center, one on the belly. Softening the eyes, relaxing the legs, and you're just going to feel the blood flow. You're rejuvenating the feet, so we are helping the blood flow quicker in towards our heart, so it can refresh and oxygenate our blood to send fresh new blood all around the body. Just a moment of gratitude to ourselves, to our body, for all it does for us. Pumping the blood around our bodies, for digesting our food, for rejuvenating our cells, and for our body's capability to heal and renew itself. With these kind of restorative, nourishing practices, we invite that healing, we invite in that good, relaxing, regulated stillness from this practice, We invite that into our everyday lives. And the more we practice this stillness, this breath, this ease, the more easily it is, or the more easily that we become what we practice, our habits. So doing these practices will not just help us in our stretching and in our yoga practice. It's going to help us step into life in a better, more regulated, conscious way. Remembering that the only people that we need to compete with is ourselves, and just, making ourselves that priority, or making ourselves that discipline, giving ourselves that discipline to take care of ourselves. Giving ourselves that discipline to make it to our practice so that we can live more freely in our lives. So enjoying this time for you. I'll leave you here for a few minutes. Then we're going to finish up our practice now, but if you do have time today, I do invite you to just stay here as long as you need to, maybe another 10 minutes or so. If you're coming with me to close your practice today, we will just gently wriggle the toes and just pull the knees down, and then just lay over to one side. Take a few breaths and then gently come back up. Just find a quiet seat upright. Close down your eyes for a few breaths. Just noticing the energy, if there's been a shift from compared where you started the class to now. And I hope that you feel more relaxed, more calm, de-stressed, and restored. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.